power plants and incineration plants too are finding nowadays application of high expansion foam system. Now the most important topic, first, when you design a foam system, it all starts with the foam application rate. Before the application rate, it is what type of a foam system is going to be used. So once the type of the foam system is decided, then there is a proper methodology to go about how to go about the application rate. So what is the application rate? So application rate, to make it simple, it is the amount of foam to be applied in a specific area within a specific time. I just repeat it. The foam application rate is nothing but the amount of foam to be applied in a specific area within a specific time. Now let's look at low expansion foam system. Now here the foam application rate is either defined in liter LPM per square meter, that is liter per minute per square meter, or GPM per square feet, that is gallons per minute per square feet. So either of the units are used for defining how much foam solution should be applied into the area. Then second consideration is what is the fuel type, whether it is hydrocarbon or a polar solvent. In the most of the cases, when we have done some sort of an case studies or review of specifications, we have found that in some cases that there were polar solvents which are protected by using just the AFFF foam. And to be honest, if you apply AFFF foam, it is not going to extinguish a polar solvent. No foam will be formed because the alcohol drains the foam completely. So fuel type consideration is very important, is of prime importance rather, I would say. And also the flash point of the fuel, because the operation time of a system changes as per the flash point of a fuel. So if we are designing a low expansion foam system, either to protect a storage tank, either to protect a dike area or a warehouse, these are the considerations, basic considerations, which have to be considered by the designer if he has to decide the foam application rate. Now coming to medium expansion, the medium expansion foam systems are those where the expansion is ranging from 21 to 200 times. Now, as we have seen in low expansion, the application rate is in liter per minute. That is a foam solution. But as per NFP 11, the medium expansion foam system is designed based on the output of the generator. So what we have to know, first, what is the output of the equipment selected, the expanded foam output of the generator, whether it is in cubic meter per minute or cubic feet per minute. Second is what is the class of fuel and the test data. So test data is, James, can I just have a check? I hope all are able to understand, right? And I'm going slow, my pace is decent enough.
Yeah,
can
it's
you please
okay.
post,
It's
can
okay.
You, can you please,
It's
yeah,
clear.
so they can post yes in the chat or two.
Yeah,
if they want or so. I'll just wait for a minute before I go ahead.
If anyone say it's suggest to slow, please chat me in the chat box, and I'll just feedback Kiran. Yeah. So you can hear me, yeah, Kiran?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So far it's clear.
Okay, so I can move ahead, James?
Yeah.
So coming to the medium expansion foam system, the first criteria to look into is what is the expanded foam output of the generator in cubic meter per minute or in cubic feet per minute. Second, what is the class of the fuel? Whether what is the flash point of the fuel, and based on flash point, what is the classification of the fuel, and the test data. Now here NFP clearly states that there has been limited test data on various fuels. So the manufacturer has to be consulted on what is going to be the sort of test data and what capacity of generator is suitable. Third, whether the enclosure where you're going to put the system, whether it is provided with sprinklers or it is not provided with sprinklers, because the operation time of the foam system depends on that. The fourth most important point is the foam breakdown rate by sprinklers. Most of the times this data is not available. Sometimes this data is not available sort of readily available in the NFPA standard. So this is done only by the manufacturer or based on the repeated tests carried out, what would be the foam breakdown rate, because this is a part which goes into the calculation of finding the foam application rate. And we have the test data, and whenever a system is to be designed, we can support our partners with the test data. Fifth is the leakage through enclosure. So most of the time there is a leakage factor which comes into play. So we have to consider that too. And sixth, most important, what is the foam filling height in specific time? So what is the height of foam to be developed in the enclosure in a specific time? As aircraft hangar has a different foam filling height per minute, NFPA 11 has a different foam filling height per minute. So even that has to be considered while deciding on the foam application rate. Now we move to high expansion foam systems. So high expansion foam systems and medium have the same criteria. Only the difference is the expanded foam output of a high expansion is much higher as compared to a medium expansion foam system. And rest it remains the same. Class of fuel, enclosure, sprinklered or unsprinkled, foam breakdown rate by sprinklers, leakage through the enclosures, and the foam filling rate.